The energy coming forward for this collective today is that this next blessing and wish fulfillment is going to have you believing in magic. I picked up my deck. We have the Nine of Cups on the bottom. And this energy is so funny and significant because I just celebrated one of my best friend's birthdays last night, and she actually hired a magician. And this is very resonant to this energy because throughout this magician's set, he made a few mishaps and mistakes to the point where, like, I was literally getting a knot in my stomach because I was worried that this guy was not the real deal or that he just wasn't very good at his craft, only for the ending and the big reveals to be so much more impactful because he threw us off the scent so much throughout his set. And I feel like that's kind of what the energy is coming forward for this collective is like, you are receiving some sort of manifestation, some sort of miracle. It's going to have you believing in magic. And there's something about every single stage leading up to this being very intricately planned and placed in order to provide you this big reveal. Because as we know, magicians are trained at sleight of hand. They go through years and years of being able to do this in a way that is impactful. And so while magic wasn't actually real with the set, although he had me fooled, it's something about like the sleight of hands, the intricate details that, again, the universe has been plotting and prepping for you so that you can get the impact of that big reveal because you were thrown off the scent so much for this blessing. You probably doubted that it was going to happen. You probably went through a lot of redirections on your path where you're like, I guess that's not going to happen for me. And yet it is. Okay. So be ready to experience this feeling of magic after, again, being thrown off the scent that this was ever coming in for you. That's really what it feels like. Yeah, and we have the 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. This is such heavy energy, 10 being a cycle that is closing, okay? The end of a chapter, the end of a cycle, carrying this burden. I'm getting like a lot of pressure in my shoulders. So maybe you're carrying a lot of tension like in your neck and your shoulders. But there's something about this being finally released because this is coming in. And again, this is something that you have magnetized. I love we have the rabbit here, which is also giving me that like energy of a magician, right? But this is going to be something that makes you feel very tapped in, very tuned in, very aligned to, again, what has always been plotted and planned for you to receive. And there's something about you will feel like this is magic because when it finally comes in again after all of this pain and heaviness, it's going to feel like magic. But behind the scenes, there have been so many things that were required. Your energy had to be at a certain frequency. The timing had to play out just right, okay? There's something about the experiences that you've undergone and went through in order to finally get to this point. Everything was perfectly placed and planned by the universe, and you were co-creating that whole time as well. And so, again, there's a release of heaviness, a release of pain, of sorrow, things that, again, you've just been so tired. I love that we keep getting these popping out because I feel like these are the things that are shedding off all of this heaviness, this feeling of challenge, this feeling of burden, of keeping to, like, having to constantly pick yourself back up and get after it. Ending in the 10 of Cups, okay? Total fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. Again, you're going to believe in magic. That is the main energy of this reading. And so if you are tuned in and you're spiritual, which I assume you are if you're watching this reading, because I can't imagine that you would be like sitting here watching this if you don't actually believe in the magic and the miracles of the universe. But there's something about you feeling so disheartened, so tired of your path. And then because this comes in, it's going to revitalize you and make you realize that everything has been working out for you all along. Okay, so get ready for that magical moment, that miracle. It's on its way to you now. I love you.